today. Roman has 2 red pencils in his backpack. This is 25% of the total number of pencils. How many pencils are in the backpack? So what we need to do, we can use the percent proportion. We have part over whole equals percent over 100, and let's fill in the values that we know. We're going to set up our 2 fractions. We know we have 25%. How do we write that as a fraction? 25 over 100. And we know that 2 of the pencils are red. Is that our part or our whole? Part. So that goes in the numerator. And in our denominator, we fill in with x. Go ahead and multiply the 2 numbers. We know how to multiply. 2 times 100 is what?
200.
And then we divide by our leftover number. 200 divided by 25 gives us 8. So how many total pencils are there? 8. 8 pencils. Okay, today we're going to be doing the percent equation. Our target for today is students will be able to use the percent equation to solve for the missing value. So we're either going to be looking for the percent, the part, or the whole. Okay, so today we are talking about the percent equation. And you can use the percent equation to solve problems that involve percent. In order to use your percent needs to be written as a decimal. Some of you like writing your percent as a fraction better. You can do that as well. But you need to change your percent to either a decimal or a fraction in the equation. And remember, if you have a percent value as a decimal in your final answer, it needs to be written as a percent. So for this example, we have 3 is 50% of 6. We're using that part equals percent times our whole. And we can abbreviate that as P equals percent times W. Okay, we are going to try 3 examples together. For the first example, what number is 12% of 150? Are we looking for the percent, the part, or the whole? If we want 12%, we know that we don't need we're not looking for the percent. And it's of 150, that means it's out of 150. Which means we're not looking for a whole, we're searching for the part. So we're using our equation, P equals the percent times the whole. And we don't know what P is, but we're going to fill in our values for the percent and our whole. 12%, how do we write that as a decimal? 0, we move our decimal point 2 to the left, so we get 0.12, and we multiply that by our whole number, which is 150. When you multiply these 2 values together, we should have gotten what? 18. So we know that 18 is 12% of 150.
Why is it the part? Why does it make 12%?
What?
Why is it the part? It's not percent.
Oh, because we're given the percent. We're given 12%. We're finding our part. Okay, for our second question, we have 21 is what percent of 40? For this one, what are we looking for? The percent. If you notice there's no percent sign in this equation, we are searching for the percent. So I have my equation P equals percent times my whole, and I'm gonna fill in, which one is my part?
21.
21, so 21 equals percent times our whole, which is 40. In order to get the percent by itself, we need to get rid of this 40. This operation right here, we're doing what to our percent? Multiplying. To undo it, we need to do the opposite, which is divide. We're going to divide both sides by 40. And we'll get that 21 divided by 40. 0.525, and we have to change that back to a percent. We're looking for a percent and it's written as a decimal, so we move our decimal place 2 places to the right and we get 52.5%.
That means you make the decimal.
Yeah, to change from a decimal to a percent, remember in our equation, our percent is written as a decimal, so when we get our answer, we have to change it back to a percent by moving the decimal place over 2 places to the right. And for our third example, 13 is 26% of what number? Are we finding the percent part or the whole? The whole. So we have, what is our part?
23.
Our part we have is 13, and we're setting that equal to our percent, 26%. How do we write that as a decimal?
Move the decimal over to the left and make
0.26, and we're multiplying that by our whole. We do not know what the whole is, and since we're multiplying, to get W by itself, we have to do the opposite of multiply, which is divide, and we're going to divide both sides by 0.26. So if you want to rewrite it out, it's always your numerator divided by your denominator. So we're doing 13 divided by 0.26, and what do you get?
You get 404.615.
What?
13 divided by 0.26. 50. We should have gotten 50 as our answer. So we know that W equals 50. Go ahead and try the 3 on your own problems. For number 3, make sure you're rounding to the nearest tenth.